What's up everyone? Welcome to episode 2 of Road to Pro. In this episode I'm going to be showing you a full push workout, how important meal prep is, and also I'm going to be taking you through kind of my background and how I get into bodybuilding. So basically from quite a young age I was always into sports, always into running. Initially started out doing like community games, so there were small running events just kind of around Ireland, and 100-meter sprints, and absolutely loved it. So at the age of 4 I went into primary school, and from there I took up hurling and football, which are two GA games in Ireland. Many people in the UK might know what they are. But from there all the way through primary school I kept up hurling and football. Then when I went into secondary school, so I went to Curley, which is in Mallow, small little town in Galway, and it was a big rugby school, an all boys school, has a massive amount of history in rugby. So I loved it there. Played rugby the whole way up, junior cup, senior cup, have a runners up senior cup medal. Sadly never got the full on senior cup, which is always something that will like haunt us as such. So yeah, rugby the whole way up as well as club, and then I went into college in Limerick in UL. Did 2 years there, and before all this I suppose I started lifting around the age of 16, 17 through rugby, but back then it was all for athletic performance. From the age of 18 training got really serious. I started going from maybe 3-4 days a week to 6 if not 7 days a week. I literally just got addicted to going to the gym, but sadly the nutrition side was completely letting me down, as well as all the college antics that you get up to. You're probably going out twice a week, drinking, not eating the day after, just eating crap food in general. Then it was in my second year of college when I decided to really get my nutrition on point. Started learning a lot more, reading a lot more, watching a lot more videos of guys that I still look up to today. And from there just basically picked up little tips that I applied to myself. And that's when things really started to change. That's when I noticed the massive changes in my body. In January 2015, that's when I really started learning about macros and calories, the difference between cutting and bulking, what macros I needed, most importantly, what I needed compared to the guys that I was watching who were training for years, and they also needed a different diet than I did. So I lean bulked from January up till the end of April, and then decided to do a little 4-week cut as I was going on holidays. So on holidays I decided, yeah, I quite like this lean look. I was quite big, you know, decent bit of size, and when I came home, that's when I really knuckled down and decided to go ahead and compete. So the first show I decided to do initially was actually an Irish show, which was physique, and then realised that the more and more I had trained, my legs started to grow, and my legs were quite a prominent part, and they're a really good part of my physique. From there I said, you know what, I'll give Mammy Pro a go, and the rest is history pretty much from there. So in the last video I talked about the shows I had previously done, but from there a lot of people were asking me how I got into it, and that's where this video came from. And from then when I decided to do the show, it was a 16-week prep the whole way up. It was the first time I had ever decided to really get down to a low body fat, and it was a complete learning curve the whole way through. You know, some things have been mistakes, some areas I nailed it, and that for me was really, really good. You're just going in completely blind as such to how the whole prep thing works, and thankfully I nailed it, which was you know, brilliant. And yeah, that's pretty much how I get into lifting. It all stemmed from being sporty at a really young age and just falling in love with weights the second I touched them. So last week I took you through my whole diet, which is the 3,000 calories, and it has slightly changed up this week because I've been following that for about 4 or 5 weeks. So currently at the moment I am carb cycling, and 5 days a week it is 3,000 calories. On my rest day it's 2,260, and then I have a good old refeed day which is on legs, and that goes up to 3,500 calories. So get a quick little look at it there. Focus. So for anyone who's following a diet, I would highly recommend printing out a sheet like this. It is much handier than looking at your phone. Put it on the inside of the cupboard, sellotape it up there, and then simply just open it up whenever you're ready to meal prep. All your meals are there, and put your shopping list on it as well. Really handy, because if you don't have your shopping, if you're not prepared, you're not going to be able to prep your meals. Okay guys, so this is going to be my accountability from now on. As you can see, I don't look great at the moment, but I am 13 weeks out, so I said I might as well show you how I'm looking at the moment. Side pose, not the worst. As you can see, through my off season I concentrated a lot on my chest, which I think has come on, and my back. So that's where I'm currently sitting. This is my accountability from now on. You're going to see it every single week, and you judge how I'm looking. So just to give you my current stats, I'm 21 years old, 22 next week actually, so I'm getting old. I can't say I'm 21 anymore, that kind of sucks. I'm 5'11", and at the moment I'm 86.5 kilos morning weight. Morning weight, so that's my absolute true weight, that's not after a heavy meal the night before. So stage weight this year, I'm aiming for around about the 83.5 kilo mark. Last year I was 84, but my conditioning wasn't where I wanted it to be, so hopefully I can get that extra half a kilo this time and just really bring out my conditioning. So yeah, stage weight, as you can see the difference, 3.5 kilos to lose over 13 weeks, which is pretty achievable. So this is my second meal of the day after breakfast. It is my pre-workout meal, which is 120 grams of oats and a scoop of whey. So I simply make this by adding water to the oats. So they're relatively watery. This is probably one of the quickest and simplest meals that you can actually make, but people never seem to know how to make it properly. Most people end up actually cooking the protein, and if it's too hot it'll just go all grainy. That's absolutely horrible. So this is the best way to make them. Then once you get a nice thick kind of texture, add in 2 scoops of my gold standard, give that a stir, knock it back. Okay, so there are my 2 scoops of gold standard whey in on top, and I'm just going to mix it all up till we get a nice even texture. And if needs be, if you like your oats a little bit runnier, just add a little bit more hot water, but this should come out pretty perfect. So it looks pretty nasty now, but I can guarantee you it'll look better at the end, and not only that, it tastes unbelievable. In preference of taste, usually I like chocolate mint or vanilla with these, 2 of my favourite flavours from Gold Standard Whey. So I've also switched up my training, and today is a push day. So we've got some bench press, we've got some power cleans, lateral raises, incline flies, overhead extensions, and also some abs, which are hanging leg raises. Abs isn't something I train overly that often even anymore, but I think it's a really good time to start doing that because you can actually build thicker abs. That's an area where I was always lacking simply because I never trained them. So this prep I'm going to train them the whole way through. Let's see what happens. So you'll see between this push session and the last one it's completely different. I've switched from a high volume to moderate intensity to really high intensity to relatively low volume. So there's very little rests in there, 6 sets, 4 reps, 2 sets, 12 reps. Along the same lines as that, you'll see it coming up.
All the memories and all the days we've spent together. Soon, too many risks to take. Just let us see what we'll be finding. the memories and all the days we've spent together. You feel it's over soon, too many risks to take. Just let us see what we'll be finding. Hey, come with us and walk along the road, along the road. Everything we've done, everything to come, we will always hold together.
What's up guys, so I'm going to bring you through my full meal prep now and show you how I do it efficiently and make my food tasty. I'm going to do 1 day's meal prep today. You can do up to 2 or 3 days, but not really recommended unless you don't mind eating food that's like 2 or 3 days old, but it can go stale. So, got my sheet here, left beside me the whole way through, and I have everything set up, ready to go. So first things first is setting up all your pans and pots, then weighing out all my food. And thankfully Kerrigan's, when I get all my meat in, they have it in individual packages, so weighed for 1 day for me, which is fantastic. If you don't have that luxury, you can just weigh out your meals beforehand. And then start your oven, have that preheating with your tray in there. Okay, so we're all ready to go. I'm going to start a timer. I'm going to show you that at the end as well. So while that's cooking, I have weighed out my 120 grams of oats and my 2 scoops of Gold Pan standard whey, and now my almonds. Okay guys, so we're just on 10 minutes in and the mince is cooked and everything is nearly there. So there we can have it guys, 15 minutes and 33 seconds. All the meals are done. Some of them are even in the Tupperware. So all let's do now, chicken has to go in and I'll give you a quick run through each meal also. Okay, so it's the final run through of the meals. We have my chicken, veg, and 40 grams of almonds. Then we have the chicken, 300 grams of potatoes, my steak mince, my veg, and my oats and Gold Standard whey. So that's it for this episode guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can take away some things once again and learn from it. More coming up next week. Peace out.